Hi, this is Joseph. In this video, I'm going to share one of the techniques that I use to day trade Forex. I use these strategies and these methodologies when I execute trades for the Trade Copier service. So if you are a prospective Trade Copier subscriber, you're curious, you're interested, you're possibly thinking about using my service, I think it's very important that you understand how I trade. You don't necessarily need to know the system and to learn the details, but you need to know that I have enough experience using, for example, classical and traditional technical analysis. I started my trading career back in 2001, and I trade both futures and Forex, and it's all that I do. I do this every single day. Even on Saturdays, I'm analyzing and looking at charts. So effectively, I guess I could say that I even trade on the weekends. I'm always trying to improve my skills, even after 20 years of trading, and I drill on the basics and the fundamentals. I never let go. I'm always looking to hone my skills, and the point and figure is something that I just absolutely love when it comes to identifying key turning points on an intraday basis. You really have to have the ability and the skill to read the markets and to know where these key resistance and support levels are and when to stay away from certain trades that could turn into head fakes. So the point and figure charts help me determine that. I'm going to give you one particular example, just one particular example. There's many examples here, and I don't mean to confuse anybody, and I'm not trying to impress anybody by showing you my point and figure. I know a lot of people don't really understand point and figure, so I'm not trying to impress you by showing you something that you don't understand. I want you to know that I do use it. I use it and I rely heavily on it. I always have. But it also gives me intraday trading signals and opportunities. Sometimes these trades will lead to like 15 pips, sometimes they'll lead to 20 pips, and then other times, as you can see with some of these other breakouts over here the other day, it will lead to moves that will pay off and trades that will pay off maybe 30, 40, even 50 pips. It really depends. Every day is a little bit different. I'm sure you already know that if you have some experience trading. Technically, point and figure keeps me out of trouble, and it keeps my subscribers who use my trade copier out of trouble. I avoid so many head fakes because I apply this methodology and I use and I rely so much on my point and figure charts on an intraday basis. So that also helped that helped today. For example, I had an opportunity here to short it, to short this pair. This is actually the pound dollar, and not only does it give me an entry when it's a legitimate entry. It's actually starting to show momentum, volume, participation, movement. That's what's developing here. That's how I interpret this information on the point and figure charts. So it also tells me precisely where to take profits based on the data or the cause, right? We're always looking for a cause. We're building a cause whenever we're trying to get into a trade. We're trying, when you see consolidation, whether it's at the lows or at the highs, you're trying to determine, is it going to be a breakout? Is it going to be a reversal? And you're trying to figure out what's happening here. Where's it going to go next? So not only does it give me an opportunity to short, it also tells me how far to hold on to the trade or how long to hold on to the trade. And I can clearly see it with support and resistance levels. I'm not going to go over here to the left, but there was also another resistance level over here that was acting as support. And I'll show you how it turned out in just a moment. So again, with the, one of the concepts or one of the ideas is that, where do you take profits when you get into a trade? That's one of the things that is a big challenge for a lot of inexperienced traders. They don't know where to take profits. Even if they're in a profitable trade, sometimes they hold on to a trade too long and they did not, or they don't take profits, and then it reverses and then they give back all of the profits. Move this chart a couple of spaces here, and you'll notice how it starts to, after I short it, and then here is where it runs right into that target, and this was my 20 psychological. This was my target. At this point, I'm done with the trade. I knew that based on what was going on here and key technical support levels, that it wasn't likely to go too much further. And shortly after that, it reversed and went back up the opposite direction. So had I held on to the trade too long and not known where to close the trade and take profits, I would have given back all of the profits that were available here. So I want you to know that when I use point and figure and I show them in my on my videos, again, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I just want you to know that I know what I'm doing with point and figure. I've studied it for many, many years. I love point and figure. I don't talk about it a lot because it can be very confusing to a lot of people who just don't like looking at it that way. Some people just like, or traders like looking at candlestick patterns or bar charts. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I'm not saying that this is the perfect solution for everybody. It's just that it's the perfect solution for me. And that's what's important, I believe, because if you're going to use my service, I'm the one who's executing these trades. So I want you to know that I know what I'm doing when I execute a trade. I know what tools to use, and I've used these tools for many, many, many years. And I've used these tools and executed these trades with my trading system through every minor and major financial crisis around the world, the 2008 global financial crisis, the European crisis, the Greece crisis, the Brexit, everything, you name it. I've used these strategies. They work the same way every single time. They're built on solid market principles. These are timeless when you use classical technical analysis skills. And this is what helps me and my Trade Copier subscribers earn profits consistently every single month. But I want you to know that this is one of the tools and one of the methods that I use when I execute trades with the Trade Copier, and it's very consistent, very reliable, and you're going to benefit from using my Trade Copier and me using these tools to earn profits that will go into your MT4 trading account.